2020 is finally over. We are going to go through our top 20 songs of 2020. And we're spicing it up this time. We decided to do separate lists. We usually do combined lists, but our tastes are not always the same. And making those combined lists are super inaccurate sometimes. So this is gonna be an extra long video. We hope you guys enjoy it nonetheless. This is singles, title tracks, and promoted singles. We do not include B-sides because that would be extremely difficult. It was already so difficult.
You guys don't even know.
We were like going back and forth, changing our things, and we don't even have the same songs. No. So it's gonna be a
wild ride.
Just disclaimer, this is our personal opinions. These are ranked. So number one is like our favorite song of 2020. Again,
personal preference.
This is not factual. This video is subjective.
Only listing 20 songs is very, very hard.
Yes.
Like there was a lot of songs we also loved that we couldn't put in the top 20.
Yeah.
Also, we decided to only include one song per artist. So if an artist came out with several singles, we could only pick one.
The exception of NCT being like different members
units.
In different units,
That's
they're
different.
An exception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have pretty big honorable mentions, so you'll see once we get to that. But I'm curious to see what Natalie put and if we do have similar things.
At least the same songs in the list.
Yeah.
Not even the same rankings. It could at least just be the same song.
Yeah. So are you ready to go through this? Because I'm not. So
right.
Natalie, you can go first.
Why do I have to go first? Number 20 on my list is 𝒐𝒊𝒅𝒐's Oh My God.
Mine is NCT 127's Punch.
I think it was a really iconic comeback from 𝒐𝒊𝒅𝒐. I feel like everyone was just amazed. I feel like the music video is amazing. The singing is really eerie. So I had to include it in my list because I felt like it was pretty impactful when it came out.
I picked Punch by NCT 127. A lot of people, I think, do prefer Kick It. I'm a Punch stan. I picked Punch because there's just something about like the video gamey sound and like the guitar. I really do enjoy that song for what it is, so I had to include it. So moving on to number 19. Mine is Oh My God by 𝒐𝒊𝒅𝒐.
Oh, how funny! Wow, very like close.
I know, that's why I was like, ooh.
Mine's is Gunshot by Card.
Oh wow. Wow, I'm really surprised it made it to their top 20.
You can talk about Oh My God.
Well, you just talked about it. I agree, same thing. That song was on repeat when it came out. Super iconic. It was actually bouncing around. Yeah, that song, forever iconic. I really, really love it.
So I put Gunshot by Card because, I don't know, there was something about that song. I feel like the meaning of the song and just the way it was sung, there was something about it that really got to me. And it's honestly one of my favorite Card songs. So I had to slip it into my list because I felt like it did leave an impression on me.
I agree. That song is really good. Card did release some good music.
He did really.
Red Moon is a really good song
really good,
as well. Just a shout out.
Now moving on to number 18. So number 18 on my list is Blackpink with Lovesick Girls.
Mine is Dum 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 by 8pink.
Oh. I did not expect that song to make it on. Lovesick Girls, I feel like Blackpink did pretty good this year. They released 3 songs. Ice Cream was really close on making it to my list, but I think the different style that Lovesick Girls had, I really liked it. It was on repeat for me, so Lovesick Girls is the one that made it onto my list.
Honestly, when I originally made my list, I didn't have this song. It was in my honorable mentions, but then I was looking at another song I did have in my list, and I'm like, who am I kidding? I'm trying to lie to myself. I know Dum 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 should be in this list instead, so I switched it out.
8pink makes really good songs, despite only coming back once a year.
Like that type of style that they're doing right now is one of my favorite types of like musical styles, so I just, you know, I vibe with it. So I was like, I need to include the song, it slaps. Moving on to number 17.
Why are you nervous? You're making me nervous.
By Kai.
Oh, it's okay, it's on the list. Hey, it made it amongst hundreds of songs.
I guess.
Number 17 for me is NCT 127's Kick It.
I knew you were gonna pick Kick It instead.
I really do like Punch too.
Yeah.
Like I love both songs, but there's something about Kick It, the dance break that Taeyong does, and the style. That song gets me pumped.
I feel like Kai's solo really took the whole world by storm. Like, it's such a, it's a really good song. I do prefer some of his B-sides because his album is so good. And I just love the whole idea of Kai being a soloist.
And the music video was.
Yeah, like everything about it was great. And I was like, I know it's gonna be in my list, but my musical style preference, I'm not like super into like slow R&B-ish or whatever you want to call that style.
Yeah.
So that would naturally be like the lower one, but it's still on the list.
It made it, that's what I'm saying.
It's still on the list.
These songs are honored to be made.
Yeah.
Because it's over 100 songs. So moving on to number 16. Number 16 on my list is Taemin with Criminal.
Wow, what a disgrace.
You're gonna give
A disgrace. Number 16 for me is 𝒂𝒔𝒕 by 𝒂𝒂𝒔𝒕.
Taemin came and snatched this year. He came out with 2 songs and he had a pre-release as well. So Taemin has been working really hard this year. And Criminal, it's got that 80s like vibe. I love retro sounds in general, as I've mentioned in many reactions. So naturally, my boy Taemin would be on my list.
So on my original list, I had Scream instead of 𝒂𝒔𝒕. And then I was listening to them back and forth and I'm like, man, there's just something about 𝒂𝒔𝒕, like the reggaeton-ish like beat it has and the rap. It just has more of like this beat that makes me want to dance. So I think I thoroughly enjoyed listening to it more than Scream, even though Scream was super iconic and I loved it as well. But 𝒂𝒔𝒕, I think, did a little more for me. Number 15 for me is Apple by 𝒂𝒊𝒅𝒄𝒂𝒔𝒕.
And my number 15 is Kai with
It wasn't far off.
So catchy, and as a lot of you know, hardcore XOL. So of course it was on repeat as well with the album. Shout out to Nothing on Me and Ride or Die for being the songs of the album. Especially as Kai be my ultimate bias, I was waiting for the solo for so long, and it finally came, and he did not disappoint.
And if you watched our recent K countdown of 𝒂𝒊𝒅𝒄𝒂𝒔𝒕 title tracks, you know that Apple like completely dominated my life. We both picked Apple as a favorite 𝒂𝒊𝒅𝒄𝒂𝒔 title track, so of course it was gonna be on here, even though Mago was really good as well, but there's just something about Apple.
Like styling?
Yeah, we knew it was gonna be on the list.
So good, so good. Going on to number 14, for me on my list is Oh My Girl with Nonstop.
Alien by Lee Soo-hyun.
Nonstop by Oh My Girl, this was their best year. That song was their best charting song. It's addicting, it's bubblegum, it's catchy, the dance is fun, and I feel like Oh My Girl really dominated this year with Nonstop. Even though that came out like in the beginning of this year, I feel like it left such an impact throughout the whole year that, as well as Dolphin, it's just that good.
And I picked Alien. We didn't react to that, but when I did see it, I was like, there's just something about like 80s dance music that just is right up my alley, and everything about that release, the song, the visuals, the cute little dance, like I just loved everything about it. Like I thought it was the perfect aesthetic.
I thought it was an interesting style for
her.
Soo-hyun.
Yeah.
So I was actually happy and interested that they did come up with something so
everything
cool
about it was something that I really enjoyed. Kai, I feel like we haven't gotten anywhere. Number 13 for me is Not Shy by 𝒏𝒐𝒅𝒄𝒂𝒔𝒕.
Number 13 on my list is Suho with Let's Love.
You wanna fight, don't you?
Not shy, not lazy, 난 잘 창을 두드리는 사람 어느새 난 너를
Suho said, what the fuck? Okay, so Not Shy. I'm pretty sure Not Shy is my favorite 𝒏𝒐𝒅𝒄𝒂𝒔𝒕 title track. There's just something about it. And I know a lot of people are probably like underwhelmed by it and they wanted a dance break, but like honestly, it was refreshing not to have a dance break. It makes me like really happy, like the serotonin boost I get when I listen to that song. It's great, like, and it was like really fun to learn with our group.
For me, I put Suho Let's Love. I mean, first of all, soft rock is a weakness. Stop looking at me like that. And it was definitely kind of emotional. That was his album, and then he went to the military. And the song is just beautiful. Like, the whole album is beautiful. My favorite B-side on the album is Made in You. Shout out to that song. Let's Love, I feel like it's hard to skip. Moving on to number 12. I have Apple by G-Friend.
Oh, number 12 for me is Monster by Irene and Seulgi.
Wow, I'm surprised it's slow. Like, I thought it'd be at least in the top 10.
I know.
So she already mentioned that we had that as our number 1 G-Friend title track. And just like what Amanda mentioned, I felt like it was not only just a huge change for G-Friend, but they absolutely ate it up. Ate that song. The styling is immaculate. My girl Unha looks... That's all you gotta say. Apple by G-Friend.
Yeah, they did a lot this year.
They did a lot this year, but Apple definitely, out of the title tracks they released this year,
yeah.
stood out.
I was surprised I put Monster where I put it because I did think it would be maybe in top 10 at least, but it just kind of happened. I was also going back and forth between Monster and Naughty.
It's hard.
And then I was like, no, but Monster has like a special place in my heart because we did the
cover.
cover and it was just a really good time and I just love dark concepts. So like Monster was just like,
So, you know,
it was amazing. We were just blown away. Like I love that song. Number 11 for me is Candy by Baekhyun.
And number 11 for me is ATEEZ with Answer.
Wow, I thought it'd be higher.
So Answer came out like the beginning.
That was like one of the first
beginning
things.
of this year, and I remember when we reacted to it, I sat there and I said, this song is going to be on my list. I knew it was gonna make it. It was a song that even throughout all these months of 2020, I knew it was on my list because everything about it was perfect. The dramatic sense of it, the vocals, just Jungho killing it, the dance, the style, like ATEEZ wrecking it. Like I knew this song was gonna make it because I felt so strong about it. And Inception was also really good. Like Inception was also an amazing release, but Answer.
So I have Candy by Baekhyun, and that song is super iconic. Like everyone, I think, loves that song. And it's funny because when it came out, I thought, I'm not really gonna vibe with this song. Like I didn't think it was really my style. Even if it isn't super my style, I just vibe with it. It's super catchy, and obviously Baekhyun has amazing vocals. That song is a vibe. Top 10.
Top 10 of 2020. All right, so number 10 on my list is Luna with Why Not.
Oh. Number 10 for me is Backdoor by Stray Kids.
Hey! Let's pump it up. Yeah.
Obviously I had to put my girlies. And they had 2 releases, Soa and Why Not, plus the iconic voice that also came out of the Midnight album. I love Why Not. It makes me just so happy. It's fun. The freaking Let's Pump It Up, I feel like it's just so iconic. An iconic way to start the chorus. And I learned the dance. The dance was also really fun for me. So I felt like it was a good era for Luna because they also had voice along with it. And it's addicting. I can't skip that song. That song is like, lives in my mind rent-free every day. So
it's funny because the last time we did our yearly list, we had Stray Kids in there with Mito, and we were so surprised because we weren't really like Stray Kids fans. And now it's to the point where they released 2 amazing songs that we were like, oh my god, either of them are gonna be on the list. And like we obviously do like Stray Kids a lot more now. And I'm just so surprised that they've made it into like a top 10, you know? Like I'm
they
like,
said top 10.
And like God's Menu was so good. I was like, oh, that song's definitely on my list. But then they came out Backdoor, and it really did it for me because it's got this beat, man.
It's good.
It's got this beat
the verse
that I just
good.
love, and I just love the whole thing.
Backdoor.
It's just so funny. The door creak. I just
It was
love.
iconic, yeah.
I just love that
was
song.
creative.
It was so good. I'm
creative.
just, man, Stray Kids is killing it.
Stray Kids said, you guys are gonna love us. And I'm like, damn, you're right.
Number 9 for me is Criminal by Taemin.
And number 9 for me is exo-sc with 1 billion views.
She really wants to fight today.
You're the one who's getting
What kind of XOL are you? Oh. Taemin killed it with Criminal. That 80s is like dark shit, and the hand tie. Oh my god, the whole dance like that. I was just like, he really did it. And like what really does it for me in that song is the ending ad-libs.
He's like, yeah.
Like, I just love it. Like, he pops off in that last chorus,
He really does.
that song is so good. I was just shook.
And I put exo-sc's 1 billion views. Again, another retro song. That song was just so fun, and I loved it because it was a completely different style from their debut. The whole phone dance, and I just felt like Changmin and Sehun were having such a good time. That whole album was really good too. So of course they had to make it, me being an XOL trash can. SC homies, they had to make it, and the song was a banger. Oh yeah! We are going into number 8, and for me, number 8 is 𝒏𝒐𝒅𝒄𝒂𝒔𝒕 with Not Shy.
Number 8 for me is Voice by Luna.
Starlight, starlight, 이게 shining in my mind. Ooh. Not shy, not my empty. not shy.
I don't care what anyone says, it counts for this list, okay? Because they're technically promoting it, and they released the Star MV, which is the same song, it's just in English. I liked So What and Why Not, but Voice,
It's a really good
again,
B-side.
another 80s inspired track. That song
I think there's nothing wrong with that song.
is
It's
perfection.
perfect from start to
English
finish.
version, Korean version, they're both really good. The dance, they really should have just made that the title track, honestly. No offense, because you put Why Not, but you know, let's pump it up.
Not Shy, I also think it's probably my top 𝒏𝒐𝒅𝒄𝒂�𝒕 title track. I guess because we learned the dance and we did it with our friends that it left something in me. I love like this whole part. I think also vocally it was a lot better for them vocally compared to their other tracks. I thought it was also refreshing they didn't have a whole dance break. And I feel like they all shined really well with that song, so I had to put 𝒏𝒐𝒅𝒄𝒂�𝒕 Not Shy. 𝒏𝒐𝒅𝒄𝒂�𝒕, their songs are just so damn catchy. Shout out to 𝑭𝒐𝒏 for the iconic shoulder dance, but Not Shy
you don't get a
distraction.
shout out for that, because that was like the bane of my existence. Number 7 is Stay Tonight by Chungha.
On my list is Baekhyun with Candy.
밤 향기에 또 취하고 멈추지
So obviously Chungha did not come to play, no pun intended, this year. She really released 3 amazing songs. But Stay Tonight just really stuck with me. Even though it was the first one to come out and Play was really good and Dream View was really good, just Stay Tonight just had something about it. Kind of like this runway vibe, very performance aspect, and I just really like stuff like that. Like I wish I could have learned that dance, but she does this kick that I can't physically do. That song is just top tier for me. I don't know how she does it,
I don't know how she does it.
honestly.
For my number 7, Baekhyun with Candy. This era for Baekhyun was super iconic. He became a million seller with this album, and the song it's just so fun and catchy. I love the pop rock, strawberry bubblegum. Everything about it, it's just so fun, and it makes me feel happy when I listen to it. Like it makes me want to dance, and I felt like the dance itself was also very challenging. It was obviously more dance heavy than �UN_VILLAGE, and the challenge was fun. I learned like the little piece for the challenge, and I'm glad that Baekhyun fucking killed it this year. Number 6 on my list is Chungha with Stay
I
Tonight.
knew it, you were laughing. Number 6 on my list is Answer by 𝒂𝒐𝒔.
Oh.
It was funny because I'm gonna put Answer on my list, but I thought it was gonna be way lower. Originally it was, but I kept listening to the same like 5 songs over and over again, and I was just like, Answer is a whole package, man. Everything about that song is so good. The chorus is really good. I love the little dance they do on their heels, and then when they do the hip thrust there, oh my god. I just love everything about that song and dance and the vocals.
The way 𝒂𝒐𝒔 dances, they dance like their lives depend on it.
Yeah,
I enjoy it every time.
Inception was a good song too, but Answer I think is definitely my favorite 𝒂𝒐𝒔's title track.
Alright, and for me I put Chungha's Stay Tonight, which Amanda also talked about, literally the last song we talked about. She obviously did amazing this year with those other 2 releases, but Stay Tonight, like when I listen to it and it goes into like the dun, 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 like I get chills. Like something about the song that it's so powerful. She literally said she was just going to release one of the most powerful songs of 2020. There's no doubt about it. As soon as it came out, I was like, this will also be on my list. I knew it. Top 5! Thank God, because this is stressful.
Number 5 on my list is Let's Love by Suho.
Ah, I knew it. I knew it was gonna be in like your top 5 or something. And then my number 5 is Stray Kids with God's Menu.
You saved my life.
I'm just an album. I swear by this album.
When it came out, I was like,
You cried, I think.
it probably did. Let's Love itself, like it sounded like the band Nell, like that type of sound, which I have a very like emotional attachment to that type of sound. So I really loved it, and obviously it's Suho. Like I've got such a soft spot for Suho, even if he's not my bias. And that whole album is so good.
It really is.
Every single song on that album, especially O2 is one of my favorites. I listen to that song, like it's in my sleep playlist if I'm having a bad night, and I'm just like, that song, that album helped me a lot this year. And Let's Love, the moment it starts, it just gives me this fluffy feeling. So of course it'd be in top 5. Like I was very sure about my top 5.
I knew it. And number 5 for me is God's Menu.
Wow, top 5! Stray Kids in top 5? Holy shit!
Look, there's something about that song. I swear to you, I like hear it and I'm just like, why is this song so good? Like not only was the concept just really creative with like the whole cooking, like the lyrics and everything, but the dance move, like this is so fucking iconic. Like how dare they? And of course the iconic line, cooking like a chef on a 5-star Michelin. I was like, I don't know why, but I feel so strongly about this song that I like when I put it on number 5, I was like, oh my god, God's Menu is number 5.
That's crazy.
Going into number 4. Number 4 for me is Twice, I Can't Stop Me.
Number 4 for me is 1 Billion Views by exo-sc. I knew 1 Billion Views would be my top EXO release.
I knew it would be. I knew it was gonna be a top EXO.
Like I was already like pre-thinking like in the middle of the year. I know 1 Billion Views is in my top 5 somehow. God, 1 Billion Views, the retroness. I mean, obviously Sehun is like basically my ultimate bias, and I love Chanyeol with all my heart. Like with What a Life, like I was kind of like about it. They really surprised me with 1 Billion Views, and it was such a good time, and I just loved everything about it.
I miss EXO.
I miss EXO.
Twice had to make it up there. So More and More was originally on my list in general, but when I Can't Stop Me came out, I was like, nope. They literally fucking said, this is the song of the year for us. And it really was. I feel like not only is the dance fucking fantastic, iconic, like fun, everyone's done it. The ad-libs, don't know why I had to go so hard during the ad-libs. The whole song is a masterpiece. That's why I knew it was gonna be really up there, because even though it did come out like more later half in the year, like, my god, that song really, really left a mark. Really love the mark. One of the best Twice songs. So number 3 on my list, Red Velvet, Irene and Seulgi with Monster.
Wow! Oh shit! Okay, I know the rest of your list.
No, you don't!
Wow, I'm really surprised Monster's that high.
Go.
Number 3 for me is Make a Wish by NCT U.
I can do this all day. Back it up, back it up. Yeah. So
Monster. Literally, when they announced the subunit, I was like, this is gonna be one of the best subunits, like, releases ever. And then when they dropped Monster, I was like, this is one of the best releases of this year. Like, the dark concept, they aced it, the dance, like it was such a fun cover for us to do. I just feel like their dynamic, their chemistry, obviously since SM Rookies, they were always dancing together. I felt like it was perfect. I feel like the song is perfect. There's nothing wrong with the song. I love the sultry vocals of Seulgi with Irene. It was such a good idea. Like this subunit was one of the best ideas SM's ever had in their entire existence. Naughty was also hard not to put on, but Naughty is obviously, shout out to Naughty because that song is also fucking fantastic. But Monster just, it really outdid itself, so.
Yeah. Can't make a list without Make a Wish, should we tell you that right now? NCT really killed it this year.
They really did.
In all units and together, like they really killed it. But they said, we ain't playing when Make a Wish comes out because the whistle is so catchy. The dance is really dumb, but like really fun at the same, like it's a really fun dance. Like it was fun, I learned it for my birthday and it was fun to do. Man, that song is so catchy for no damn reason. Like I was singing it for days. Oh my god, that song is so good. 90s Love was really good too. And Work It was really good too. And From Home also. NCT, man. They made this year a little more bearable, and Make a Wish was just top tier. Top tier. Things are gonna get really funny now. Number 2 on my list is I Can't Stop Me by Twice. I know.
Sorry.
I know.
Wait, sorry. Okay, stop. Let me just go because I'm about to fucking scream. Number 2 on my list is NCT's Make a Wish.
Can't stop me, can't stop me.
필요 없어 너무 사랑해 네가 어디에 있든 I can find you.
Say number 1?
Yeah, we do.
Alright, so
Man, I Can't Stop Me. I was so happy when they released that because More and More was so underwhelming for me. But they released I Can't Stop Me and they said, here's your new favorite Twice title track. That song is so good. Another 80s inspired song. And the dance is so fun. Like, it really takes a lot for a song and dance to motivate me to learn the entirety of it, especially by myself. And the fact that I did that, I just loved it so much that I really put so much effort into it. And God, that song, I will never get tired of it.
Me neither.
The ad-libs are so ridiculous. I love them so much. I love those ridiculous ad-libs so much. Last year, when we did this list together, Fancy was number 1. I was like, is Twice really gonna be my number 1 again? I was
They
like,
were close.
It was so close. It was so.
It's a good
literally,
song.
My 1 and 2 bounced around for a while.
yeah, and honestly, like shout out to Cry For Me because Cry
Yeah.
For Me did come out this month, and that's also an amazing song by Twice. Number 2, NCT Make a Wish. My God, as Amanda already stated, I think it's one of their best releases as like NCT in general, and I feel like they just killed it. Like I love the rap, I love even the video. The video is simple, but I love the whole chandelier part. The whistle, I mean, goddamn, they really killed it with that song. We both feel it was gonna be high on our list. When it came out, I was like, this song is one of the best songs of 2020.
Yeah.
You can't change my mind. So before we get into our number 1, let's mention our top 3 honorable mentions. Songs that didn't make it into the list, but we feel very strongly about.
Yeah.
That did not make it into our list, unfortunately, because it's very hard. So I kind of shoved 2 songs into number 3.
What? You can't do that.
Well, I
That's
did.
4.
No, I did. Number 3, which has 2 songs in there. Stacey's So Bad and BB's Casino. So Stacey Was So Bad, I feel like it's one of the best songs ever as a rookie group. Hell yeah. And BB Casino, it's a really random song, but it's like literally on repeat and I love the whole vibe of it and that's why I had to put it. Number 2, Lee Soo-hyun with Alien. That's my number 2. It's such an amazing song, I had to put it in my honorable mentions. And then number 1 for me is Dreamcatcher with Scream. So Dreamcatcher did not make it into my list.
You're right.
But yeah, shout out to Dreamcatcher, they did amazing this year, so I had to put Scream.
So my top 3 honorable mentions is Lovesick Girls by Blackpink.
Oh, I realized you didn't put Blackpink at all. Okay.
It's really unfortunate that I actually didn't squeeze Blackpink into my list at all. It made me a little sad, but it's right
It's
there.
okay, I have it on my list.
You know,
so
yeah.
I make up for it.
I do love the song a lot, though. It was really refreshing. I liked that song. The next one is Waves by Kang Daniel featuring Jamie and Simon Dominic.
I forgot about that song. Oh my god! Shout out to Waves. I'll squeeze in number 2 with
No, you cannot find it.
squeeze it
Stop
number
it.
2 with Alien.
Stop it. That song has got this reggaeton, like very Latino vibes, and I really wanted to have it on my list. I know I really want to shout it out though, so here it is. My last honorable mention is So Bad by Stacey as well, because Stacey really killed it. Honestly, I think they were number 21 on my list.
Yeah, so that's our honorable mentions, and now let's go into number 1.
So number 1 on our list,
because we know what it is. 1, 2, 3, La Di Da by Everglow.
No time for haters 모두 다 집어치워버려 라디다라디다다
So as we kept going, I was like, oh my god, are me and Amanda gonna have the same number 1? Mind you, we did not make this list together.
Yeah,
It's completely
in
anonymous.
secret.
And somehow, despite the whole list not being the same, number 1 ended up being the same. That's how impactful that song was to
For
us.
real.
La Di Da by Everglow. The whole funny thing with Everglow, right, is that we didn't really vibe with their debut too much. We were like, Adios was okay. Then when Dun Dun came out this year too, shout out to that song, we were like, okay, Everglow it's getting it. Like that song is really good. But when they came out with La Di Da, bro, I sat there and I couldn't believe. I was like, oh my, this is everything we love in a song. Not only is it retro, the breakdown, top notch. The chorus, exquisite.
It's like, oh, it's really good, and then it keeps going and going, and it like hits like this peak. The instrumental is really good, and the verses are really catchy, and the little raps and stuff, and then the pre-chorus, and then you got this amazing chorus, and then you keep going, and then
Gets better
that
and better.
dance break.
It gets better and better.
Really.
Even like,
What?
I also really love the turn it up now, turn it to,
Oh.
and then yeah, even slows down a bit, and like, all the bad guys and the players was like,
Oh my god, it's so impactful. The beats really hit you because I was literally standing here playing I Can't Stop Me and 𝑭𝒐𝒍𝒐𝒘 back and forth. And like they do have similar vibes because both synthy, like 80s vibes, but 𝒑𝒐𝒍𝒐𝒃 has this specific beat that makes me want to just jump around.
Even like the dance and like the styling, I just felt like 𝑭𝒂�𝒕, like it sucks because that song did not get the appreciation it deserved in terms of like in Korea itself. Like it didn't win anything, it didn't, you know. What? But that song, like 𝑭𝒂�𝒕 really said they were gonna have the song of the year when they came out with 𝒑𝒑𝒐𝒃. And apparently we both agree that that song is the best song of 2020, in our opinion.
I had a feeling because you had told me like I'm really surprised by my number one, but it makes sense, and I was like I feel the same exact way.
So we knew it was
So I was like, so it has to be a song neither of us expected to be number one.
Which is 𝒑𝒑𝒂𝒐𝒃. Yes, 𝑭𝒂𝒔𝒕 is number one. So that concludes our top 20 K-pop releases of 2020. What a tiring countdown.
Still so many other songs I wish I could have put in.
Here's our gigantic list of honorable mentions. These are also songs that we really enjoyed in 2020, but they didn't make our cut.
Yeah.
But they're still honorable mentions, which counts.
We just kind of put our honorable mentions together. If there's anything that was on my honorable mentions that she already talked about, I didn't include because this list is very long.
We hope you guys enjoyed our list. Tell us what your top 20 songs of 2020 were. There was hundreds of amazing songs. I feel like K-pop really did amazing in 2020. Like release-wise, it was full of so many great songs. It was really dope. So if you guys enjoyed this video and can't wait to see other rankings that we do in the future, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any of these videos.
Yeah, we will very soon have our top 10 favorite debuts of 2020. So make sure you do put your notifications on and subscribe so that you see that coming out very, very soon.
And also follow us on our Instagram, _junkies, to not miss out on any updates on like events that are coming and other things that we have planned.
And you can keep up with our podcast Top That through our Instagram as well. And you can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, where we talk about anything and everything K-pop. If you want to make special requests or get special benefits on our videos or podcasts, you can check out our Patreon page and check out our tiers and join one and support small creators like us.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye. And ice cream cake was close for me. It was
ice
close.
Cream cake?
Ice cream. Whoops, so much ice cream.